Hey guys, what's up? It's Kathy and I'm back with another process video, and this is my first ever process video for the Paper Issues design team, and this was my take on their Take 5 Tuesday, the first one of 2017. And if I remember, I decided to go with pink, black, polka dots, something silver, and layers. So I'm going to use lots of Snow and Cocoa, which is a very cute crepe paper line. I'm actually going to almost exclusively use crepe paper or American Crafts stuffs because I do bring in some pink paisley, which is also American Crafts. But I'm going to use mostly Snow and Cocoa, a little bit of Cute Girl because the lines actually match quite well. They have very similar colors. And I'm going to use a very, very little bit of the older Little You collection. That was from American Crafts, and it has some matching colors, and it was an older baby girl line. So right now, I decided to go with a ton of layers, and I'm going to use mostly those papers. I did show at the beginning some older 6x6 paper pads, but I don't end up using those. They were a little too antique. The Snow and Cocoa line and the Cute Girl line are a little bit more of a lighter, more of a pure white. They're not pure white, but they're whiter than they're lighter than some of the other lines are a little bit more vintage. So they didn't quite match. They didn't quite do what I wanted them to do. So I'm just kind of going through what papers I want to use. I don't end up using that little kitten one because it's actually more of a blue-white, so I didn't really like it, but I loved that diamond print. I loved the colors and it was so bright. So I'm actually just going to use the cut apart sheet, and you can see my head getting in the way. And I do cut apart two pieces that I want to use. The one that says Tiny Little You, and then the cute little one that says Love. But I just end up using the Love one, which was enough. I just wanted something that had like a word on it as opposed to just all patterns. So right now I'm debating, am I going to put it all on craft paper? Am I going to put it on that beautiful seafoam paper? Am I going to put on the pink? And white is not normally my go-to, but I do end up going with white this time. I just loved the airiness. I was going for a very light feel, even though I'm using a ton of papers and a lot of them have very bold colors. I found that in the end, the layout ended up being very light. So I'm placing papers where I think I might like them, and you know, those all look really great, and I don't end up leaving like any of them there because I kind of take them all off and then start gluing down. And of course, that way I completely forget what I'm doing or where I'm going with this. And this is a bit of a longer video than I'm used to doing, but there really wasn't much I could cut out because a lot of this was just like I could cut out me placing stuff or figuring things out, but if I do, then I'm making you guys think that it's like I'm magically just doing it perfectly the first time when I'm not. There is definitely times where I'm laying something down and then going, and moving it and stuff like that. But yeah, these, I don't normally scrap like one company at a time. Like I don't normally do like one line altogether. I will mix it up. So I was trying to mix it up a little. I did end up using mostly Snow and Cocoa, but I bought quite a bit of that line. I didn't buy all of it. I wish I had because it's really hard to get now. Um, I bought it all from Cassie when she had it, and I I should have bought more because it's so high in demand right now, and the colors are so cute. But oh, what can you do? Um, anyway, you never know. Sometimes that stuff, you know, you think you want it, but it's more so like the fear of missing out kind of thing. So I feel like that might be what's going on with me right now. I even took a little bit of leftover paper that was from a Maggie Holmes gather paper that blue, that turquoise floral, but it was polka dots on the back, and I can't help it. As beautiful as the floral is, I love the polka dots. So I'm using some of the 6x6 paper pads so that I can get in some of those cute little pictures, because for some reason I didn't buy the cut apart sheet. I don't know what would make me not buy the cut apart sheet, so I didn't get that cute little deer or anything. I don't know. I must have been in a strange head when I ordered stuff, because I don't know. Usually I just order everything. Maybe I was so worried. Anyway, so I'm trying to find where I want the love to go, and it doesn't have to be perfectly readable. It's something I've been trying to get over lately, is that not everything has to be perfectly readable, but I want to make sure that at least some of every pattern is showing. So I don't want to cover something completely, and putting that love there does cover something completely, which bothers me. So I am going to move some stuff around. Of course, my whole like more is more mentality means that I can't stop looking to see if there's something else I should put on. But I actually just end up dividing some of the papers, or reusing some of the same patterns on the bottom, so that I'm bringing in, so that I'm kind of making it cohesive. Because if it's on the top, then a bit of it's on the bottom. Not all the papers. This is polka dot tissue paper that I've used before. It's just from my stash. I put fun foam on my photo so that it's popped up. I always double up my tissue paper, but then you have to make sure you glue it down, because if not, it doesn't work. And this is just a doily. I just wanted to add in some softness since I had so many hard edges going on. And if I had been really proactive in my scrapbooking, I would have set up the sewing machine that I got for Christmas. It's this cute little, like, it's not a mini sewing machine, but it is smaller than normal. And it's a Singer one, and it's turquoise. Like, it's called petrol blue or something, and I'm like in love with it. But my scrap room is super messy, and I'm so bad about cleaning it. So of course I don't have a spot for my sewing machine yet. So if you were doing a layout similar to this, you could totally stitch over all of it, stitch over some of it, just to add in that little bit of extra texture. Now, the sweet little girl pink tag that's there, the reason I keep trying to cover some of it is because it has gold on it, but I want to bring in silver, so I don't want the gold there. So I keep trying to cover it with another piece of chipboard or something like that, and you can see me fiddling around. Like, that bird doesn't end up staying there. I'm just kind of, when I pull out items to use, I kind of like pass them around the page and decide, and make a quick pass of where I'm thinking I might like them, but I don't always end up putting them there. But I take them off the sticker sheet and put them on there so that I know that I want to use them. Which, that can be tricky to do something like that, because you may end up sticking something down that you can't get back off. Or you may end up ripping something, and this, I guess this is like my, me living on the edge or something. As a scrapbooker, it's like, oh no, I might make a mess, but I'm gonna go with it, and I'm not gonna, like, I know me, I'm not gonna change the way that I do it. And if you heard a bunch of thumping, that was my daughter running. She I don't know why she's awake. She should be in bed, because she needs to be in bed. I'm bringing in those little pink paisley bows. That was from the Paige Evans Take Me Away line, and I have it, and I wasn't sure if I was ever going to use it. So you can see I finally settled on where I was going to put my chipboard stuff. So now I'm going through the ephemera pieces to see if there's anything I want to bring in. I think I bring in that snowflake little figure diagram, and I may bring in one other piece of ephemera. I cannot remember, but I know for sure I bring in that snowflake. And the mittens are really cute, but obviously I can use them on something else. Oh, I think I bring in a piece of acetate. but not the cute little person throwing the snowball. I bring in a snowflake, and you can't even see it. It's up in the corner on the right-hand side, the top corner. I must have already put it in. So I cut the snowflake in half because I didn't need the top part. It wasn't going to be showing. So I guess I snipped it and put it up at the top because heaven forbid, I'd waste anything. There's that little acetate snowflake. It's just kind of like a hint of something. And I'm going to put stuff over top of it, and it's just going to kind of peek out there. And I do use my heat tool on it because I put ink, and I kind of like doing these ink splatters now where I put it could go anywhere. Like sometimes I cover my pictures, sometimes I don't. I like to play roulette with my ink. This time I did cover the photo because the photo was so white. But I did my usual watered down acrylic paint, like craft paint, $1.50 stuff. And I'm going to put the black everywhere, but I get it on the acetate. And so when I tried to dry them with my heat tool, it of course curls up my acetate, but it only did like one tiny little part of it. So it really wasn't a big deal. Now I'm kind of going through my stash to find word fonts. I want like a Scrappy font, and I want a bold font, but something very light. So these ones were from an older Maggie Holmes collection. I think look at the hair. Get out of the way with your crazy hair. Not Bloom, but the one before it. Shoot. Yeah. I don't remember. Now I'm just going to make weird noises. I don't remember the name of it. It was the one before Bloom. It was there was a lot of graphic stuff and zebras and bold colors, and I really liked it. So anyway, those were what the thickers were from. So I happened to find some pom-poms that were probably from a Kids Craft over Christmas break that I'm going to plop on there as a final touch, just because I didn't buy like the Snow and Cocoa ones. If I had, I would have just used them. Just as a little added bonus for them. So I'm just heating up my glue gun. But I'm really happy with how this layout turned out. Having the prompts for the Take 5 Tuesday really helped because I kind of was in a bit of a scrappy rut, not sure what to do. But when I read them, knowing the stuff that I had in my stash from Paper Issues, it was no problem to put together a really cute layout. So thanks so much for watching, and pictures are coming up, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye!